Alright, so got our package of valve seals in, so let's go ahead and start rebuilding this head. Put the valves back in. So, I've got my valves all set up here, and what I'm gonna need is these. Let's see here. I think this one will be the right side. First step is we want to get these valves slapped. Let's see. Let's see if this other one might be better. I don't think so. I think it's going to be for smaller. Well, yeah, that's too small. So we'll stick with this one here. Okay, so open up our tube of valve grinding compound. Okay, so I was going to start off here with our first valve. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Use a tip here. Open it up. Put a little bit of this stuff on here. Whoa, too much. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get a towel. All right, so we got our valve compound on there. Now let's drop the valve in. Okay. Put our little suction cup on there. Yep, there we go. All right, now let's get this ground. Oh, it's slipping. Okay, hold on here. I think it's because some of that compound on there. Get it lined up here. Yeah, this may be too big. Hold on, let me get this other one. Oh, there we go. All right. Whoa. Now this is slipping. Get it lined back up. Okay, there we go. Press down. Slid again. These things are not staying in place very well. Okay, let's take a look at that. I think it needs some more. Starting to sound real nice. Oh, we slipped off. All right, I think that's pretty darn good there. All right, now let's clean this off. Want to get all of that stuff out here. Give me just a minute here. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to grab some of the carburetor cleaner. All right, so that one's done. And in the meantime, I cleaned up this spring a little bit, and I'm soaking the top cap of the spring in some carburetor cleaner. So let's move on to our next valve. And where I don't need this big one here. There's my little stick this on. Okay. A little dab of this grinding compound on the valve. Still too much. Okay, and so we're going into the number 2 slot here on the intake side. There we go. And you can kind of feel this when it starts to feel nice and smooth. You can even slow down a little bit just to get a good feel of it. Speed it up. Put some pressure on it. Take the pressure off. And once you feel it just real nice and smooth, you can hear the tone of it. Yeah, that sounds really nice. Get a little bit more. All right, I think that's good. Using this one to clean it off. Then we're gonna go and hit it with some carburetor spray. And use our other towel, wipe it down. Yeah, that's got a real nice shine to that edge. I'm not sure if you can see that clearly. Oop, oop. But yeah, that one came out real nice. Now, I want to keep this thing from rolling off the table. Use this rag. And you want to kind of wipe from the inside out on this grinding compound. So as not to just push it down in there. Okay, and then hit it with a little carburetor spray. Yeah, that feels real nice and smooth. There we go. All right, so there's our 2 intake valves done. Let me go and hit this spring up with some carburetor spray. Get it cleaned up. Wipe it down. Top and the bottom. Okay, put these back in this spot. Okay, now that's nice and clean. Okay, next we're gonna do our intake. As I've marked on my box, all of these are pointing towards the front, so this is going to be the first one, this is going to be the second one. Yeah, so this one is not going to work for our intake. Let's see if this bigger one works. Yeah. That one's going to work a little bit better. Get a dab of our grinding compound on there. Smear it around. Okay. Whoa! That went flying. Okay. Yeah, we still have some of our grinding compound on there. Let's set this. Oh, wrong way. Spot. Here we go. In the first position. Drop it down. I think some of that compound got on our thing here. Yeah, and there's still some on this right here. Yeah, this just doesn't really stick very well on this. But let's see how we can do this. Let's see if this will work. Yeah, it just doesn't want to stick to these very well. just try the other little one again. I wonder if this little tiny one will stick here in the middle. Maybe. Nope. Yeah. Yeah, that's feeling nice. Okay. Yeah, the little tiny one works on that one. Oh, you need to pull it out. Okay. Wipe it all down. Let's go hit it with the carb spray. Wipe it with this rag. Yeah, that feels like a real nice. I can see that edge too is very nice. They polished. Set this here. Now let's get this cleaned out. Of the head. Right. Hit it with a little carb spray. Yeah, it feels nice and smooth in here. Okay. So that's the first of the, I think that's the exhaust valves. I can't remember. But anyway, that's the second one. Now let's see that solution. Yeah, this is the cleaner one. Yeah, this cleaned up our top real quick. Yeah, look how shiny that is now. Let's compare. That's kind of what it looked like before I dropped it in. Yeah, I might even just do these. We'll take that other one out. Do these one at a time. They don't have to apparently sit very long in this stuff to get nice and clean. Yeah, it's just melting this grime off. And probably should have used this to clean up these valves. Maybe something we try out the next time. He's in order. Now let's just give this a dunk. While we move on to our next valve. Okay. Yeah, we're going to use this little tiny one. It seemed to work very well on this. Stick it in the middle. Whoa! Nope. Once we get it in there, we'll set that one there for now. Okay. This little compound. I think it needs a little bit more. There we go. Okay. And this is the number 2 slot. Push that down. Now let's. He's slipping. I wonder if this little bit bigger one will work. No. Doesn't want to stick. Huh. That one isn't working very well. Let's try this one. Oh, slipped off. We're getting there on this one. Feel it slowly starting to. I think this might have been the one that was leaking. I can't really remember. And I'm varying up my pressure here. Vary the speed and the pressure. It's almost there. Set this down. Wobbling too much. We're getting close. Oh my Lord, I'm sweating. Hold on a minute. Oh, got me my welding hat on. Oh. Almost. Still a little bit of a spot I can feel. And you can sometimes hear it too. All right, I think that's good. Let's see if this one can suck it off. Come on now. There we go. All right, so all 4 of those are all done. That's the process of lapping our valves to make sure we got a real nice tight seal. And that was one of the issues with this head. It was one of these first 2. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but one of these were leaking on a water test. So all the rest of them seemed good, but I still want to clean them up since they had so much carbon in them. I want to clean up these seating surfaces and make them real nice and smooth and a real tight seal. So that's what it's a valve process, and I'll bring you back once that we're ready to start installing these valves and the valve springs. I've got all of my valves lapped now, and it is time to start installing the valves. So right here, we're gonna start, let me bring you around here. These smaller valves, the ones on the top, are our exhaust valves. So we're gonna start with those. Here's our valve seals for the exhaust side. So what we're gonna do here is take one of these and let me get my oil can. Here it is. Towel to set it on because it leaks. Okay, and want to put a little bit of oil in here. Just a little squirt. Get it on here good. Okay. Next, we've got this little straw. And we want to what's this? Wow, that's tight. There we go. Okay, so yeah, that one side, as you can see, is flattened and curved so that it'll fit through there. Okay. Next, I'm gonna take the valve and I'm gonna insert, I can see where I'm aiming at, which I cannot. Okay, there we go. Insert the valve. And next, hold the valve. And get the valve on the straw. And now we've cleared the little lip of the valve so that it doesn't tear our valve seal. And I want to get a socket to push this on. We find a good size here that will fit nicely. That's a little big, I mean a little small, because I want it to go wrap around the face nicely. Yes. So 17 millimeter is a good socket size. And we can push that valve all the way. And it's cleared our straw, which is now stuck. How do I get it off? Let me try some, which I'm going to need anyways. There we go. Just gently grabbed it with these needle nose so as not to scratch it up too much. Okay. So we now have that valve installed with the valve seal. I'm gonna have to move this box a little bit. Next, we want to get our valve spring compressor tool. Set the valve spring in there. The cap. Okay. There we go, it's popped on. Now we can compress this valve spring. Sorry, I might get in the way. Okay, there we go. Now, take one of our little keepers, and there's two sides of these. One has a little ridge on it. That's the side that we want to point upwards. See if I can drop this guy in here. And that's gonna be really tough. Okay. I think I'm gonna need to set this down on the ground. Let's tip our head. There we go. Now I think we can drop these in. Rotate this just a bit. Give me an angle. Okay, there's one side. And you gotta use 2 of these. Ow! Pinching my finger. Okay. I want to turn this. Like so. And then I'm going to do this. Got a pick. Not that one. Where did he go? Don't know where my pick is at, so I'm going to use a really tiny screwdriver. Oh shoot, this one's magnetic. That's not going to work. Hold on, I think my pick may be over here. Here it is. There it is. Because I want to push this. Well, let's see. I can drop this guy in. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay, I'm having a little trouble here. Let me get my magnet. Alright, I got them both. This thing, there we go, was a little cockeyed. I set this one down. Okay. Darn it. Okay, I got that one in. Now let's see if we can get the other one on the other side. To drop in. He's not going into position. There we go. Well, maybe we need to turn this down some more. Okay, well, let's try this again. This is very fiddly. Darn it! These things are so tiny. There we go. I want them to drop in right there. keep spinning around. Shoot! He's falling to the bottom. Okay, maybe that will work. So I bring this one up to the top and he's spinning, falling out. That's not working. Okay. Take him out. And there's our other one. Okay, nice. Get this now. Just need him to sit in there just a hair. Ah! Oh. Oh, shooting all around. Okay. Now let's try this again. Okay, there's that one on that side. Then I turn this just a hair. Yeah, there we go. And now maybe I can get this one. Fall in on that side. Okay. They're lined up with each other. Ah! He popped out. Dang it. This is super fiddly. Sit down here. And the spring is just a hair twisted. Okay, that one's in. Okay. Now, let's see if I can get this one to drop in. Come on. Yeah, he just doesn't want to go in. He just sits there and well, what I do fit back in. Okay, hold on. Get in there. Okay. Can't see. I think he's sitting. Yeah, he's sitting up on top of the other one. Okay, let me see if I can bring him around to line up. Okay, I think I got it, where they're lined up together. There they go. Oh. This is sitting on this table. It's not quite in. I'm going to try to realign this. Okay. Yeah, that's not right. Because these need to be pushed in. Oh, fudge. He's falling out. Get it below. Ah! Darn it! Okay, let's see. Can drop it back in. Come on, get in there. No. Set this back. I want to get it in. It needs to be underneath. It's popping out. No matter what I do, these things pop out. This is very difficult to get these back in, being that the space to do this is just so tiny. It's very, very minute space to work it with to get these things to go in. Oh, shoot. Why? Oh. Simply due to the design of this head, it's not like an old school head valve design. Ah! I need like some really long tweezers. It's not a magnet. Let's see if I can. Now, tilt this. Ah! This thing is a terrible design. It'd be nice if you had like some kind of a magnet you could turn on and off like this to drop them in. That would be helpful as well. Okay. You set this at an angle here. Okay, that's in. Now, rotate it around. This other one will drop in. This thing is magnetic. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. It is a pain. No, no. I want to jump out. Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now. Okay. I think I forgot to start recording, so I was having some real trouble trying to get the little keepers in there, but I think I've got it now. I'm gonna slowly turn this. Alright, so my camera was overheating. I found a way to try and get these in. I was having some severe trouble. As you can see, I'm gonna rotate this a little bit. Get you down. And zoomed in. There we go. I've got those keepers in. I found a pair of tweezers that works really well to get those valves in. Get you back over here. So now I've got it in. I have to be very careful and very slow, because this thing likes to pop around. Bring this valve spring out real nice and easy. Oh! Let's see here. I hate this. They're in there a little bit, but I don't really like their positioning, so let's reset these. Okay. Let's see here. I just don't like that big old gap, and I don't feel like it's set right. Let me see something here. Let me find a socket that I like. Yeah, that should work good. Okay, now we're going to get an extension on it. My hammer. I'm just going to give it a tap. Try and move those around. Make sure that they're set right. Yeah, they're in there good. Okay. All right, so 2 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to go. All right, let me see if I can show you how I did this. So again, first off, we need to get one of our valve seals. Give it a little bit of lubrication. Okay, I'm gonna take our valve and wipe this excess oil onto our valve. Insert the valve. And where's our straw? Here's our straw. Oh! Oh, there's 2 straws. I wonder if this one is a different size. That's the same. They just give you 2 of them. I've already been using this one. And it's got some oil on it. There we go. Pop it in. And you want to hold your valve. I want to see this straw. Yeah, there we go. Insert it. Drop that on. I'm gonna grab my 17mm socket and I'll push this all the way down. Yep. There we go. Pull our straw off. Okay, so we now have that valve seal in place. Now let's compress. Oh, we need the spring. Chair. Set the spring in place with the spring cap. Open this. Lined up on the valve. Okay. Get our valve spring fully compressed. And that should be good enough space there. I'm going to rotate this a little bit so that I can see. Grab 2 of these. Let's see. Can I come in? This side. Yes. Oh, shoot. It's going to be easier to go in from this side. Okay, so there's one. Now let's see if I can do this like I did it the other time. I like squeezed it and it just shot in there. Okay, well, it is lined up. Let's see if we can push it down. I need more room in the top. Right to ball in. No! He dropped. Okay, let's try this again. It is a little easier with these tweezers. Okay. I need it to push all the way in. Ah! It's popping out. That second one just like was perfect. Ah, that one popped out. Ah! Shoot. Let's try this. This is just so difficult. Oh! Okay, that one's in. And it went in the right direction to where I can insert this one. Why does it want to stick to these tweezers? Ah! Hold it like that. Okay, I got it in. There we go. Now, slowly, very slowly, rotate this out. And there we go. Like I said, it's just very fiddly. You gotta be patient, even though it's so frustrating. Okay, let's do another one. While I still have my camera before it overheats again. It is pretty warm today. All right, got our valve seal. Piston is lubricated. Let's insert the piston. Come around here. Okay, let's get our straw. Okay, straw is set. Slid on perfectly. Push it down, valve seal's in place. Now let's grab it, extract our straw. There we go. Okay, spring it. Oh, my chair's tipping. Springs in. Whoa. See, I wish they really, on this thing, they had little beads that would hold it so it didn't go flying out every single time you're trying to twist it. Let's see. Let me turn this a little bit. Yeah, I gotta go a little more. Now that should be good right there. Okay. Now let's grab two of our keepers. See, and on this, I can go from this side. Okay, there's one on the bottom. I think this side is a little easier. This right hand, or I can go in above. Yeah. See, look at that. How easy that went into place. Slowly back it out. I can see the keepers coming in together. There we go. Yeah, this side is where you have room to work, because I'm right-handed. Maybe for left hand it's easier on the other valve side. Maybe. I don't know. But that's how we're doing our keepers. So let me keep on working on this, and I'll show you when we get to the intake side. So, got all of my, let me get you around here. Exhaust valves in. All the keepers set. Was mighty difficult. I'll get you set up a little lower this time because of the angle here. Let's see here. I know it's kind of dark, but let me see here. I got the light on. Does that help? Maybe a little bit. Okay, so now let's start working on these. Let's set these over here. And let me get my keepers moved over. Set this in my lap. Okay. Actually, let's set them up in here. And then that one will be set there. Okay. Put that on the ground. Okay, now let's start working on our intakes. First thing I want to do, I know you can't see me, but I'm putting a little bit of oil on these valves to help them slide in. There we go. And then I can use that oil my fingers on the valve seal. Get a little bit more in there. There we go. Get it nice and lubricated out. All right. Now we're gonna get our straw, push our straw through onto the valve. Our 17mm socket, push that guy on there, and I found that if I poke this through valve forward a little bit, I can pull this straw off. There we go. Okay, now grab our spring, set our spring in there, spring compressor tool. Line it up on the valve. This thing is offset. Oh, there we go. Okay. Crank it down. That should be good. Ooh. Where'd that thing go? There it is. All right. Now, grab our keepers. There's 2 of them. Found that coming in from this back side sometimes I need to turn a little more. It's a little bit easier for me. Oh, shoot. Just as I say that, I start having problems. Let's try from this side. Let's see, I can hold it with my finger and push it. There we go. Ah, it fell out. Let me flip this over to here. Maybe that will help. Try from this side. If that thing wasn't, armature was in the way. Okay. There we go. That one's in. Now, let's see if we can get it into the bottom. From this side. And then press down a little bit. Yeah, I think I got it. I think I've got it. Let it out. No, he fell out. Oh, both of them fell. Shoot. Let's get it. Maybe a little bit more in there. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Put this one in. Okay, that one's in there on that side. Now let's see if we can get this one on this side. Yeah, okay. I think I got it. Let it out real slow. Ah! Darn it. Ah, and that one fell out. It popped. Yeah, this is not an easy task here. Okay, that one's in on the bottom. Now let's see if we can get this one to go in on the top. Ah, shoot. There it is. Just not much room to work in here. Ah, darn! Both of them fell out. And where did that one go? Dude. Oh, man. Oh, great. Hang tight, give me a minute, let me find this keeper. Okay, I found it. Luckily, I was getting nervous. I was looking all over the place and I just could not find it. Let's try this again. All right, hold on. I can't see, I need my light. Okay. Ah, shit. Ah. Ah! They just keep falling out. Okay, try this again. Oh my gosh. Every time it just slips and falls. All right, I got that one in. Now let's see if we can get this bottom one, because that one's on the top side. Here. Let's shove it in there. See, the big problem here is that this thing is angled downward, and it makes it very difficult because they want to fall. It's the only way that I can support this. Where did it go? Oh shoot, I lost it again. Dang it. Dang it, dang it. All right, let me pause again. Okay, I found it. It was on the end of the magnet. See if we can get this bottom one in here. It's just no room to work. That's the problem. And I can't really do stuff left-handed. Let's see here. Okay, I think I got it. Left-handed. Holy cow. Now let's slowly rotate this out so they don't pop or fall out. Look, that one's starting to want to run out. Oh, and he fell out. Son of a gun. Oh, man. Let me try this left-handed again. Let's see if I can do this. Don't have much on my left hand. Think. Push it. Okay. There we go. Okay. Very slowly. They're staying. Think we got it. Yeah, we got it. All right. Oh, man. That was a battle. Let's get that on there. All right, let's try one more. The next one. Okay. And these valves are sitting in the sun now. Okay. Get one of our seals. Moved up. All right. Insert the straw. Yeah, we're going the right way. Ah, there we go. Okay. Set it on our valve. There we go. Oh, shoot. Hold on here. First, I forgot a step. We got to push the valve seal. There we go. The valve stem. Darn it. I can't get it. I have to pull it off this way. There we go. All right. Okay. Oh, that's getting warm too. Put our spring in place. Spring compressor. Make sure that lined up. Okay, I think we have enough space there. Get the keepers. Oof, almost dropped it onto the ground again. Okay, there's one. I want to open this, move this a little bit. There we go. Let's see if I can do this left-handed again. I want to be like that. Left-handed. Nope, nope, that's not right. Like that. Nope. Okay, I think I got it. Very slowly let this out. Yeah, I think we got it. All right. 2 of them done. So that's basically the process for installing your valves and rebuilding this head. I'll show you once I got all the rest of these done, because my camera's probably going to start overheating again. Yeah, it's getting mighty hot. All right, I'll see you once I got all these valves in place. Okay, so our head is complete. We have, let me rotate this a little bit. Oh, there we go. So that way you can see. We have all of our valves in. Come around the back. Putting those keepers in at the angle was extremely difficult. Would have been so much easier if I had some like giant vise to hold it on both of these sides, where I could work the spring compressor and then just drop those keepers in. But having it at an angle made it really, really tough. So this is going to end this video on rebuilding the head. I really appreciate you watching. Like the video, I hope, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think, any questions that you have, tips or tricks, something I could have done better. I'd appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next video when we continue putting the pistons in and the crank in the engine. All right, I'll see you next time.